And here he is, the one, the only...
Well, here I am, your happy, smiling quizmaster, with a chance for each of our couples to win up to $10,000. And if any of them say the secret word, Mark, you'll remember this. If they say they'll get shot, no, they'll win an extra $100. You've all seen the word, and I hope you'll keep it to yourself.
Well, anyway, your happy, smiling quizmaster will talk to our first couple.
Who is this?
You.
Me? Did I say that?
After we hear this word from our sponsor.
Oh.
To you right now. And her partner is a well-known figure from the world of sport, Mr. Parry O'Brien. So approach you in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to 21. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Sylvie St. and Parry O'Brien, eh? Parry, glad to see you.
Glad to see you, Groucho.
Oh, big bruiser, huh? This is one of the finest jockeys in America. Either that or he's one of the best horses. Now, what are you famous for, Parry?
Well, I'm a shot putter, Groucho.
Well, I could use a shot now myself. Aren't you the world's champion shot putter?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, well, put it there. Parry, is there any money in shot putting these days?
No, Groucho, I'm an amateur.
You mean you throw that cannonball around for nothing, for fun?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Why don't you go into some sport that pays big money, such as college basketball?
Well, this just happened to be the particular thing that I was interested in, and the only advantages in this are travel.
What sort of work do you do now?
Well, Groucho, I'm assistant manager at the Wilshire-La Cienega branch of the City National Bank of Beverly Hills.
You're a banker? Well, then why are you trying to win the paltry little money we give away?
Well, actually, Groucho, under the AAU rules, I couldn't accept the money anyway, so I'm going to contribute it to charity.
Oh, you mean you're going to give it to me?
Oh, no.
Well, did you get to travel much?
Yes, I sure did, Groucho.
Where'd you go?
I had the good fortune to travel in about 55 foreign countries since I started, and such countries as all through Europe and Asia, Africa, South America, and Russia.
Now, you hold the world's record for the shot put. How far did you throw it?
Well, the first time I set the world's record was in 1956, and I threw 63 feet 2 inches. That's the official world's record.
Didn't I read something about a youngster at SC breaking your record?
Yes, that's correct, Groucho. Dallas Long and myself both bettered the recognized world's record, and we both hope to continue on throughout the season to really put that record up there.
Well, I hold the unofficial world's record. I do. I got thrown out of an apartment not long ago, 70 feet. You like that, huh?
Yes, I don't understand it, but
No,
I feel it.
I didn't understand it either when they threw me out. Huh? And you are Sylvie St.
No, no, Groucho, Sylvie.
Where are you from, Sylvie?
I was born in...
Ireland?
In Dunkerque, in France. I was born in France.
Dunkirk.
Dunkerque, yes.
Yeah. How do you say
Dunkerque. Dunkerque. You have to go like this.
Jump.
That's where... Oh.
Huh?
Oh, it's wonderful. Dunkerque.
Dunkirk.
Oh, it's wonderful. With your mustache, it's even better.
Yeah, okay. How old are you, Miss St. Clair? You don't mind if I call you Miss St. Clair, huh?
You can call me Sylvie.
Sylvie?
Oui.
Je ne sais pas. Very joli, hein?
Merci. How old am I?
Yeah.
Do I have to say?
No, you don't. It isn't necessary, but if you don't, our audience will assume that you're in the late 60s. You have a job, Sylvie?
Oui. Gosh.
No, I mean you. Do you have a job?
Yes, I have a job. I am singing. I'm a singer.
You sing? I don't hear you.
Well, I have been singing in San Francisco in a nightclub called the Gay 90.
Oh. Are you married?
No, Groucho.
Would you like to marry?
Yes, I would like to marry.
What kind of a man would you like to marry?
I would like to marry a man with a sense of humor.
A sense of what?
Humor.
Humor, yeah. Humor the merrier, that's what you mean.
Yes, oh,
Yeah.
yes, that's right.
And what else? What
And
other
a
attributes?
little money, too. I mean,
A
you
little
cannot...
money?
Yes, yes.
I mean, what do you regard as a little money?
It's not important that he should be very rich, just a little rich.
In other words, you want a man with a sense of humor who's rich.
Well,
What
see...
you want is a funny millionaire.
That's right.
You You know, there's a fellow in New York that runs the 7th Avenue Delicatessen. I think his name is Max Osner or Osner. Very famous delicatessen. And he said to me once, he says, I was born poor and I'll die poor, but in between I want to be rich. And that's the way you feel about it.
We, I think you have a good
No,
philosophy.
not we, you. You just want the necessities taken care of.
Well,
Luxuries aren't important, is that it?
well, it is the contrary. I think I would like the luxury to be taken care of, and then the necessities that take care of themselves.
No, that's a very interesting philosophy. I can see that you've studied under that famous Hungarian philosopher, Zsa Gabor.
Oh, no.
How about you, big boy? You married?
No, I'm not.
You don't care if I called you big boy, eh?
No.
Suppose I called you little boy. Would you object to that?
Well, I'd check your eyesight.
You like him, huh?
Oh, he's so strong.
Pick her up, Harry. Show her how powerful you are.
Can you pick me up?
Hold my thumb.
Ooh, this is wonderful. Oh, la la.
Oh, la la.
Merci, madame. I know a little of that Spanish, too.
Now, Parry, now that you picked her up, are you interested in matrimony?
Well, I just met her, Groucho. I really don't know too much about her.
Well, would you like to get married in the near future?
Well, yes, I think so.
Would 11 o'clock tonight be convenient?
That's a little short notice.
Oh, well, how about marrying Sylvia? She's very attractive, don't you think?
Well, I definitely agree with that. She is very attractive. However, I just met her, Groucho. Give us a little time, please.
Well, I don't know. Sylvia's single, attractive, charming. She hasn't got a quarter. What's the matter with marrying her?
Nothing, Groucho. Nothing's the matter with marrying her. I just...
Well, marry her then, will you? Let's get on to something. Well, you're a charming couple, and if I were you two, I'd get married immediately.
Well,
And Parry, you don't have to carry her over the threshold, you know. You can throw her right in the kitchen and save time. All right, let's see how you work together as a team. You select a dictionary quiz. I'll give you the words, you give me the meanings. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Ready? What is a Mustang?
Wild horse.
well,
What is it?
It's a wild horse.
Well, that's a
Groucho.
horse. I thought a Mustang was what I got here.
You have one right now.
What is a sombrero?
it's a Mexican hat.
Mexican hat there. That's right.
You
No,
don't have
it's a hat.
2 right. Get the next 2 right, and you'll have $1,000.
Now, what is a knobloch? No, what is a... What is a niblick?
It's an implement used in golf, Groucho.
It's a golf club,
stick,
yeah.
right.
You now have 3 right. Get the next one right, and you'll have your $1,000.
All right, what are siblings? S-I-B-L-I-N-G-S.
I know sibling.
Well, they're children of the same parents.
You have 1 wrong, but don't get the next one wrong,
Don't
or
get
you will
discouraged.
be out of the game.
What is vertigo?
It's when you are dizzy.
Dizzy, yes.
And you
Of course.
you know, you get off balance.
Yes. You lose your balance at the bank.
You now have 1 right again.
What is an octogenarian?
It is a person past 80 years old,
It's an old croaker who is 80 or more.
You now have 2 right.
What is a regatta?
Regatta is a gathering of boats for a race.
That's close enough, yeah.
You now have 3 right. You're almost there. Get this one right, and the 1,000 is yours.
What is a silo?
You know it? Yeah, me too.
Silo is a large cylindrical thing for storing grain.
That's right. You've got 4, so...
They do. They have $1,000.
You've won $1,000. Wait till de Gaulle gets a load of that, huh? Well, you won $1,000. Now, you can keep it a quid, or else you can come back later and try to double your money. You may even get a chance at 5 or 10,000. So go over there and sit down and think about it, and thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Vive la France.
Merci, Groucho. Au revoir.
Thank you, Groucho.
Vive la France.
Groucho, you remember last week we ran out of time while you were talking to a couple of charming youngsters. So Miss LaVonne Thram and Charles Jackson Wheeler are back again to take up where you left off, and here they are. Go on in, people.
Welcome back, kids. Now, we have a different secret word tonight, and if you say it, you get an extra $100. Now, where were we last week? One of you said you want to be a lawyer, and one a doctor. Now, which is which?
I want to be the lawyer.
You want to be a lawyer, huh? And Jackson,
I want to be the doctor.
you want to be a doctor.
Yes,
Where did you say you went to school?
Hoover High School in Glendale.
Hoover Heba, is that it?
Hoover
And
Heber,
LaVonne,
yes.
where do you go?
Glendale City
Oh,
College.
you don't go to the same high school.
No.
No. Now, LaVonne, you say you'd like to be a lawyer. What made you pick that profession?
Well, I like people, and I like to help them with their problems.
Oh, do you think
I-
lawyers like people?
Sure.
Well, there's more to being a lawyer than that, here. What makes you think you'd be a successful lawyer? Do you like to chase ambulances?
No, but I like to argue with people, especially my mother.
Oh. Well, what do you argue about with the mater?
Just everything. Especially boys. She likes one type of boy, and I like another.
She likes one kind of boy and you like another?
Yes.
Well, it's silly for you and your mother to argue about what kind of boys you each like. You go out with the kind you like and let her go out with the kind she likes. That's known as the Missouri Compromise. Do you have any girlfriends, Sally Jackson? In
Well,
addition to this one?
oh yeah, but they're not swinging right now.
You mean eventually they're going to get hung? Well, what do you do when you go out on a date with one of these swinging charmers?
Well, guess you'd say you have a blast.
A blast? You mean you blow up the school?
No, sir.
What is a blast?
Well, I mean like you have a swinging time. You hit with it, Daddy. You jive, man.
It's a whole new world we're moving in. Does the blast ever turn out to be a fizzle?
Well,
Be honest now.
That's when you have a chaperone.
Chaperone kills everything?
Yeah, sure, it sort of bugs you.
Why should a chaperone bother you? Can't you
Well,
overpower her?
well, look, I got a little algebraic formula. Now, A equals boy,
Yeah.
B equals girl, and C equals chaperone. Now, A plus B minus C, well, that man, that's a blast.
Well, I don't know much about algebra, but the solution to that problem is very simple. Just blast the chaperone.
That's right.
I want to thank all you teenagers out front. Now, Jackson, what is your considered mature, experienced opinion of LaVonne, since you're a man of the world?
Well, she looks like she's a swinging chick.
What do you think of Sally Jackson here?
I think he's a very nice young man.
A very nice young man?
Yes.
You're rather cautious, aren't you? Would you like to have a blast or two with Jackson?
Well, he's pretty young.
He's taller than you are. Why do you object to him on that account? He's no amateur, you know. He's got several chicks swinging on the string. How's that? Pretty good?
Yes, sir.
How about it, LaVonne?
Well, I'd rather go out with a boy about 23.
You want an old man?
An older one.
Yeah. Jackson, go home. This is a situation for an older, more sophisticated man. LaVonne, would you settle for just any fellow who's doddering along at 23?
Oh, no. It's just a certain type. In my opinion, there's 3 types of boys. The lover type.
That's the blaster?
Oh, yes, yes. They know how to handle girls, and they know where to take and show them a good time.
Like what?
The Moulin Rouge or Steros.
It costs money, you know.
Oh, I know. Well, they have money, too.
It's the main object.
But do you investigate them first to see what their financial situation is?
Oh, you can just sort of tell
You can? How?
by the way they dress.
You're sort of a snob, aren't you?
Oh, no, well, there's 2 other types, too. The in-between type. And they only date maybe 2 or 3 times a month.
They have no clothes?
Yes, they have clothes.
Stay at home in their pajamas while she's out having a blast with the rich one, huh? And what is the third one? And
The bashful type. And they only get
he doesn't show up at all, huh? Now, suppose you had your beady eye on a certain fellow, but he isn't interested in you. Then what do you do? How do you get him interested in you?
If I was at school, first of all, I'd look up his schedule, find out what classes he had and when.
Well, how do you find this out?
Well, they have big drawers and things at school. You just go and look up the schedule. You find out where his classes are, and then you just happen to be walking down the hall when the classes are out.
Now, how old are you?
18.
18. And you know, men think that they really chase the women. Get a load of this campaign. This is more subtle than Grant at Gettysburg, or Shiloh, wherever Grant was. And I think it's in Grant's tomb. I don't know where he is. Then what do you do now? You've ascertained and you've got all this information. What do? You hit him over the head with your algebra books?
Oh, no, you find him, and then you just casually ask something like, are you going to the game Friday night or something?
What game?
Well, there's always a game.
Now, Jackson, let's face it, you just don't have enough experience for LaVonne. Now, supposing you went out on a date with her, just what could you possibly talk about that would interest her?
Well, I could tell her about the time my guide pushed me flat in my face on the top of the Matterhorn.
On the Matterhorn? Now, how high is the Matterhorn?
It's 14,780 feet.
And you climbed at the top?
Yes, sir.
That's very impressive. Anything else?
Well, a couple of years ago, I lucked out, and with the help of my father, mostly, I became an Eagle Scout at 12 years of age. And so everybody began saying that I was the youngest, so President Eisenhower asked me to Washington. Had a little chat with him. So he's a real great guy. He's just great.
Did you bring your clubs with you?
No, sir. Couldn't play golf at the time.
This is very interesting stuff. A boy of 15 or 14 you were, climbing the Matterhorn?
Yes.
And being an Eagle Scout. But what have you done that might impress LaVonne?
Well, in Paris, I was kissed by the prettiest girl in the Folie Bergère.
How did that compare with climbing the Matterhorn?
That's it, Daddy.
That was it.
Yes, sir.
Now, LaVonne, this kid may be 15 in years, but he's going like a house afire. And my suggestion is grab him. Just as soon as he collects his week's allowance. Well, you're nice youngsters, and if the world of tomorrow is going to be in your hands, we've got plenty to worry about. Okay, let's play You Bet Your Life. After 2 weeks, and you're finally going to get a chance to win some money, and tonight you selected World Geography. George, tell them the rules.
Well, you get 4 right in a row and you win $1,000. You get 2 wrong in a row and you're out of the game.
All right, what is the name of the famous Mexican seaport and resort town south of Mexico City? There's only one in all of Mexico.
Acapulco.
Acapulco is right.
You now have 1 right.
Now, in what country would you find Lake Como?
Italy.
That's right. What is the largest city in Africa?
Cairo.
Cairo is right. I thought that was a corn syrup.
You now have 3 right. Get the next one right and you'll have your $1,000.
Now, I'm sure you've heard of Mandalay, but in what country is Mandalay?
Burma.
You got 4 in a row right and you win $1,000.
Now, was that a blast? Now you won $1,000. You can keep it and quit, or else you can come back later and try to double your money. You may even get a chance at 5 or even 10,000. So go over there and sit down and think about it, and no more kissing until you come back. You hear?
Thank you very much.
Contrive for the big question tonight. So first, let's hear from Sylvie St. Clair and Parry O'Brien and learn what their decision is. Come in, folks, please.
Well, you've won $1,000 so far. If you decide to try for the big money and you fail, you wind up with a total of $500. Now, what are you going to do?
I think we'll go on, Groucho.
Okay. Now, go ahead, pick the first number for $10,000. What number do you want?
7, all right?
7 is fine. Put it up, George. Now, you pick one for $5,000.
3.
3? Put up 3 on the other side. If neither number comes up, the question is worth 2. Is that right? Turn the wheel.
Comme ça ou comme ça?
Comme ci, comme ça. Es macht keinen Unterschied. The orchestra just blew their brains out over there. Your numbers were 3 and 7. It landed on 3, so you've got a chance for $5,000. Are you ready?
Ready.
The 49th state is Alaska. For $5,000, what was the 48th state to be admitted to the Union? Talk it over. One hand.
Oregon?
What is it?
Oregon.
No, I'm sorry. Tell them. I'm sorry you missed it. Arizona. I'm sorry you missed it, so you wind up with $500. That isn't too bad. Congratulations.
Thank you for being
And thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Gladys.
Good luck.
Now let's hear what Charles Jackson Wheeler and LaVonne Thram have decided. You come in, folks, please.
LaVonne and Stonewall Jackson, hop out here. See, they're getting old. They don't walk very fast. Now you won $1,000 so far. Would you mind walking up and down for about 5 minutes? I get so sick of looking at old people. Now, you won $1,000. If you decide to try for the big money and you fail, you wind up with a total of $500. Now, what are you going to do?
We're going to go.
You're going to go?
Yes, sir.
You want to blast too?
Yeah.
Now, you are going for the big money. Okay, you know you get to pick 2 numbers. Go ahead and pick the first number for $10,000. What number?
5.
5. Now, put a 5 up here for $10,000. Now, pick another number for the $5,000.
7.
7, 5, and 7. Now, one of you kids turn the wheel. Numbers were 5 and 7, and it landed on 3. So this question is worth $2,000, isn't it? In 1844, Samuel Morse sent his first telegraph message. It was from Washington to Baltimore. For $2,000, what historic words were transmitted in this first telegraph message? Talk it over. What is it? You don't know? Take a stab at
Wait a
it.
minute, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Well, stick your tongue out. Let's see it.
He said, from the Constitution of the United States or something.
Oh, I'm sorry the time is up. What hath God wrought? That's what he said. That's what it says here. I'm sorry you missed it, so you wind up with the $500. That isn't too bad. Congratulations for being with us. You bet your life.